Hey, Shalom Akim, Yabashim El Shai, Brakdam, Bashim Kwakwadash, Ramanasha DC Camp with a short lesson to edify the sincere Akim doing the work of Yabashim El Shai with all sincerity and diligence and heart. As you can see on the screen, same old topic or the same old agenda for this real ID. Uh, still It's still there, man. Esau wants folks to get registered, man, with the DMV, to show all this proof of residency, citizenship, whatever, proof uh, of your legal presence being in Babylon, man. You know, so it's one of those things, I can't been talking about for some time, man. This stuff is real. But at the same time, man, just the elites, they want total control over the people, so they'll do everything they can to push this legislation into place. So it says Virginia now offering real ID compliant licenses. So it's not only going to be Virginia that has to comply with federal regulations or federal law when it comes to driver's licenses. It's gonna be the whole United States, man. All states have to go along, man. Yeah. So Esau's up to his same old treachery and wickedness and witchcraft. You could tell, man, there's nothing good gonna come out of this. So all this Real ID Act came out after 9/11. They've been pushing hard to have legislation, to have more control over the people. So it says the Virginia DMV has started offering residents the option to upgrade their licenses to meet federal requirements that will affect plane travelers. So that's all they're trying to hone down on, man. People's traveling, you know. You can't go from state to state via airplanes, you know, without having that ID, man, until 2020. So they're gonna do everything they can to force people to take these ideas, man, to follow along with it. But after a while, man, they're gonna say, well, you gotta take the RFID chip. So it's always about identification. All right. So it says, beginning October 2020, it says non-compliant IDs won't be sufficient for boarding a plane or entering secure federal facilities or military bases. So just imagine, man, hospitals will start demanding the same thing. If you want to visit, if you wanted to register, they say, well, you need to have a federal, real ID. Different businesses gonna start going along with it. Yeah, because they're gonna have that policy in place. All right. So it says the state began offering upgraded licenses Monday. People seeking them must apply in person and provide physical documentation of their identity, legal presence in the United States, social security number, and 2 proofs of residency. So still the same as it's always been doing. Because the first time I went to upgrade my license to a Maryland license, they asked for the same thing. When I changed mine to Virginia, when I changed Maryland to Virginia, the same old thing. So it's all Esau's treachery and witchcraft, man. So I'll get another precept here. Read Let me start from Revelation chapter 12, verse 12. It says, Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, for he knoweth that he had but a short time. So this is what the elders been talking about. The elders of Great Millstone, you know, I say double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who know well. They've been talking about this for decades. So it's not a big surprise that these things are coming to pass. It's all prophecy, you know. So it's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And Esau is pissed off, man. He's gonna do everything he can to come against the servants of Yahweh Shimei Shai. And then you look at 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 17. It says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Alright, so just imagine, man. Folks that don't have the funds or the documentation to get this real ID, they're gonna get stranded, man. You know, they gotta get copies of their birth certificates, gotta order a new social security number. You know, they gotta find a way to get all kinds of documentation to prove that they're here legally. So it's all about Esau's strategy, trying to, categorize people. That's all it's all about, man. Categorize and control. So that way he could achieve 100% efficiency when it's coming against the people. Alright? So all this idea of Esau trying to cause people to be afraid is for one major reason. He wants more power over the people. Because his time of rulership is short. Alright? So scroll more, it tells you, it says optional. That's the first, the first trick that I was trying to push out there. It's optional. But if it's optional, why make it mandatory for travel? You gotta go to a federal facility, you know. After all the clearances and all that stuff, they still want you to get a real ID. Folks been working as pilots for years and years and years. They still want them to get a real ID. So it doesn't matter if they're rich or poor, whatever status they have in society, they want them to have that real ID. And right then, it says by October 2020, so that's about 2 years from now, man. So Esau's gonna try and try and try to tighten the noose around people's necks, man. So everything he's gonna do is it has a negative motive on it, man. It's always about something evil, all right. So for folks to get that domestic flight access or access to military bases, you need to have the ID. Then, hey, you get to apply in person, man. You can't do it online. So just let you know, man. Esau is angry. That's why he's pushing all this legislation. So I get one more precept, man, to wrap this up, because Esau knows his time is up, man, and he's gonna try everything he can to squeeze the people. All right. All right. So this is the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verse 23. All right. So this is the issue between Balak and Balaam. So it says, surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel. According to this time, it shall be said of Jacob and of Israel, what had the Elohim wrought. All right. So everything Esau is going to try to come against the men of the Lord it's not gonna work. He's gonna fail miserably. All the tricks he has to put out there, and demonization of the elect. The Most High is gonna squash that, man. They're gonna be found liars. So the name of the Lord Yahbashim shall be glorified, because that's one thing Esau never understands, man. That this journey of ours is a spiritual journey. Every kind of act that Esau tries to push out there, it cannot stop the prophecies from happening. Captivity of the nation of Israel is almost over. Terrible things got to happen. And then the Messiah will separate his elect from the evil of this world, man. You know? But till then, man, we just got to keep our eyes open for these prophecies that are taking place. So I say, Kahala Yahweh Ba'ashem. Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakwakwadash. Double honors and salutations to elders and apostles of great wisdom who rule well. It's important to understand, man. He's just not joking, man. He needs to have control of the people. So he's going to push all his witchcraft through his legislation to have people in fear. Because fear has been used as a tool to control the people. So, Yahweh Shai talks about having a sound mind, man. Never to have that spirit of fear. That's the reason why he gave us the Holy Spirit, man. To speak boldly, with authority and sincerity. Because you understand, man, you can't serve two masters. It's that you serve one and you hate the other, or you love one, and despise the other. So, it's a beautiful thing to see these things take place, man. It must happen, but it's just a trial of our faith. So I can, stay faithful, stay humble. Don't let Esau's legislation or his tactics, wear you down, man. It's a spiritual experience. So you just make sure that the Lord Yahbashim Yahushai is always on your mind and in your thoughts. Make sure that you live a sincere life, man, because all hell's about to break loose. So I can fight a good fight of faith and never give up. Shalom.